At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Hey, today on CityCast Philly, the team is here with me to talk about things to do, where to eat, and free stuff happening throughout the city in March. There's the annual Philadelphia Flower Show and the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And then there's a private pizza and hoagie tasting experience and the reopening of a museum honoring the legendary Marian Anderson and so much more. It's Thursday, February 28th. I'm Trenae, and here's what Philly's talking about. The team and I are here to talk about March events. What's happening in the city? Hey, Matt.
What's up, Trenae?
Hey, Abby.
Hey, Trenae. Happy March.
Happy March. And Siani. Great to have you on the show.
Great to be back.
The CityCast Philly team and I are so happy that you're listening to this episode because not only do we deliver daily content on the podcast and in the Hey Philly newsletter, we come together each month to talk about some of the events and restaurants we're excited to try in Philly for this month. And if you need even more ideas of things to do around the city, subscribe to our daily newsletter, Hey Philly, where you'll see event listings that are updated daily. We've got links to it all in our show notes. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm excited about March because, the weather is changing. Mm-hmm. Say goodbye to snow, hopefully, knock on wood. And so let's talk about one of the big Philly things we've got to do this month. And that is we have to take a stroll through the flower show.
Yes.
I've never been to the flower show.
Really?
You've never been?
I know, right? I have to go this year, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's essential to the experience of a Philadelphian. Go to a flower show.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this year's theme for the flower show is Gardens of Tomorrow. How would you interpret that?
Sounds futuristic, like another planet, almost.
Okay.
Is that what that means? Like almost like maybe you look at the garden and it appears that it could be on Jupiter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that means? Am I totally off?
Well, I don't know about Jupiter, but I think this theme is speaking to the future of gardening through different designs, garden structures, techniques, and a whole lot more.
Cool.
Matt, do you think you have a green thumb?
No. I know I don't.
Hard no.
We have a community garden on our block, but my wife handles it. I go in there to water and pull weeds. I'm usually correct when I'm pulling the weeds that they're actually weeds and not like a tomato plant, but I am not 100% perfect with that.
Well, half our team has green thumbs. Abby and Siani, y'all are experts at this, right?
I don't know about experts.
Yeah. But I do enjoy it. I've got a nice little raised flower bed in my backyard, and this is my first growing season at my new spot. So I'm excited to start sowing some seeds in the coming weeks as the winter passes over us. How about you, Siani? You've got a whole setup organization that you work with, correct?
Yeah, because I need extra hands to also show me what to do. So I share a garden plot with a few people at Las Barcelas in Norris Square. So that organization, the Norris Square Neighborhood Project, they have a few community gardens in that area. Some are for their youth programmings. Others are available just to general community members. So I've been participating at the plot there for about a few years now.
Nice.
This time, I think I'm taking lead because some of my friends have since moved from Philly. So gearing up the plot to, grow a bunch of tomatoes, carrots, you name it. Tomatoes got crazy last year, so trying to rein that in. And also trying to plant at home. I feel like I have more success at the plot rather than at home. But last year, one of my neighbors, he had a surplus of okra growing in his front yard, and he shared some of that with us and another neighbor. So it's like 3 rows of houses with just an influx of okra growing in the front. So it's nice to be able to cook that in meals and knowing where it came from, how long it took to do it. And that was just a true sign of community because we were all just sharing with our neighbors.
Oh, so
And
sweet.
that spirit is what you will find at the flower show.
Wow. Okay, great. I'm in.
Tickets for this event are $25 for kids, $30 for students, and $49.99 for adults. And it's all being put on by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society. All right, let's get into some more activities for March. Abby, what you got?
Sticking with the plants theme, a series is back this month at Bartram's Garden over in Southwest Philly. It's called Indigenous Phytotherapy, The Plants That Heal. And they originally did this program back in 2023, and they're bringing it back this year for 2025. There's going to be talk circles, hands-on workshops. All of it centers around medicinal plants used by Indigenous folks in the Atlantic, Amazon, Appalachia, and all across the world. The series starts this month and goes through November. The first event is going to be on March 8th at Bartram's Garden. It's from 11 to 2, and the discussion is going to be about hape, which is a medicinal tobacco blend.
Wow.
Yeah, right? It sounds like a cool discussion.
Do you get to smoke it?
I don't think you get to smoke it, Matt. I think
okay.
It's a discussion with 2 chiefs and the moderator, who will be the moderator throughout the entire series, talking about the history of this plant, why it's still significant, and all the kind of things about this particular plant and its significance to the Indigenous communities that utilize it. There's a suggested donation of $60, but it's just suggested. You can reach out to the organizers if you can't put out $60 for it. They're willing to work with everyone. And it's a series put on by Do Centro de Matera, which is an organization in Philly that focuses on Indigenous healing arts, and also in collaboration with Bartram's Garden, where they'll host most of the events.
They've got such innovative stuff happening at Bartram's Garden. That's great.
Right. I love Bartram's Garden. What are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I was also thinking about the outside when I was looking at the calendar for March, obviously. And I was perusing myphillypark.org, which is Fairmount Park's website. It's also excellent, by the way. That website is just really easy to navigate. You can look to see what events are happening in the coming weeks. And one thing really caught my eye. There's a park after dark moonwalk and stargazing party. It's March 4th, 6:30 to 8:30. It's just a mile long, and you go there in the evening, and you get to use an astronomer's super powerful telescope to look at the moon and some planets and stars. You get some history of the area, going back to colonial times in that area, and you learn about some of the nocturnal animals that inhabit it. I would love to look at a telescope. I haven't in so many years. I don't think I've looked at a real telescope since I was a kid. Be really curious to check out what planets we can see from Philly, and maybe a place I'd like to relocate one day.
You're going to Mars?
If I'm going to live anywhere else other than Philly, it would be Mars. Yeah. I think Mars is the only other place. So, you can check it out. See what the curb appeal is like from the vantage of this telescope. You meet at Lemon Hill Mansion, which was built 1800. That place is considered the birthplace of Fairmount Park because it was the first thing that the city of Philadelphia bought in order to establish the park back in the day. It's just over on the other side of Kelly Drive from Boathouse Row. That's where the meetup is. You can bring your dog, and you get more information at myphillypark.org, and the cost is just $15.
Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. And it sounds like you could bring the kids. It's only a mile.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think I think it's great for the kids. And I'm also curious, not just to look at the planets, but also to understand I didn't know there were nocturnal animals inhabiting Fairmount Park, or curious what that's all about too.
Siani, what are you doing for March?
I'm really excited about this one. I recently heard about the Greater Philly Yarn Crawl. So it's coming back for its second year between March 13th and 16th. And I mentioned in our recent FNR that Philly has an ever-growing crafting community, and fiber arts is definitely a big part of that. So the crawl is designed to encourage crafters or newbies to support local yarn shops. There's about 18 shops that are participating in this event. Most of them are in Philly, but there's quite a bit that are sprinkled in the suburbs. So it's an opportunity to really support local businesses. How it's set up, registration is free. And you can print a downloadable passport, and that'll have all the different locations with a map. You can also opt to buy one already printed so you can pick up at one of the shops and get a nice little tote bag to carry all your new yarn. And at each location, you can collect stickers along the way to add to your passport. And the more stickers you collect, that'll be part of a giveaway. So the more shops, the more things that you can be eligible to try and win. And you can also show your passport to grab a free pattern at each shop. So I'm really excited about this because last fall I had learned how to spin yarn and dye it with natural materials. And that was a really informative process. And now I will never complain about the price of a sweater ever again because it's a lot of labor that goes into it. So I am looking forward to going to the next step of taking yarn and actually creating something with it. I'm really trying to learn embroidery and possibly crochet. So it'll be nice to, go out with friends, support the local fiber arts community and get to know new people and get outside my bubble. I think the furthest I'll go is maybe media. But that's an opportunity for people to bounce around the city, maybe hop on a regional rail if they want to try and trek to the suburbs. So that's what I'm definitely looking forward to in March.
Trenae, what have you got going on this month?
All right. So I'm definitely looking for stuff that has existed in Philly, but I just never have done it. And that is going to the National Marian Anderson Museum. This museum is reopening this weekend. I'm so excited because it's the former 3-story home of American civil rights icon Marian Anderson, who was this renowned opera singer. The museum, it had been closed since 2021 because there was like a really bad flood. And since then, there's been major renovations. So this weekend, they're going to do a ribbon cutting at the historical site on Saturday, March 1st. And then on March 2nd, there is going to be a museum reopening gala celebration at the Crystal Tea Ballroom in the Wanamaker building downtown. So yes, I'm going to be checking out the Marian Anderson Museum.
I love that. I live nearby, and I'm also definitely gonna check that out. I've never been there before. I know they were even before it closed for renovations. They were still struggling financially. The hours weren't consistent. And I hope this is really a new day for the museum. It's a great place for the neighborhood. It's a great landmark for the city of Philadelphia. Thanks for letting us know, Trenae.
Yeah. Up next, we've got some food recommendations when we come back.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
All right. This is, I think, my favorite section. We got to talk about some food wrecks. Matt, where should we go get something to eat?
Well, I just booked reservations for the Hoagie Room at Pizzeria Beddia. Have you guys ever been to the Hoagie Room?
The Hoagie Room?
Have not.
I haven't, but I've heard of it.
It's amazing. It's basically a hoagie omakase experience, and I go there for special occasions. It only seats 6, so you have to have exactly 6 people for this. I have a friend in town from Oregon. He likes to eat, so I'm going to bring him over and a bunch of other friends. Okay, so basically it's this like pretty small room in the back of Pizzeria Beddia in Fishtown, and there's a hoagie master / bartender who's behind a little bar, and you get a personally curated eating and drinking experience. It's amazing. So much food, delicious. The bread is off the hook. You get antipasta, you get salad, pizza, and then a range of different hoagies, vegetarian, meat, everything. And there is just so much food. You will definitely bring some stuff home. Cocktails galore. So it runs you about $100 a piece after tips, and that includes one cocktail. But you could add on to that, of course. Oh, and you also get soft serve ice cream as dessert. It's really just a unique experience if you're looking to do something special, if you're looking to drop some coin and you want to do something different than the normal just going out for a nice meal. And the food, even though it's like, everyday hoagie pizza food, it's a notch way up there compared to like what you might otherwise get. And the ingredients are just, top end, and it's cool to just interact with this person who knows so much about making sandwiches and cocktails. So highly recommend Hoagie Room at Pizzeria Beddia. I'll be there next month. I'll report back. Maybe I'll bring you guys back a little bit of, leftover hoagie.
I'll have your leftovers, Matt. Bring them. I'll eat it.
So with its size, it's really a private experience, basically.
Absolutely private experience. It's a private room. I've only done it for like big birthday parties, that kind of thing. And it's hard to get reservations. I mean, you just have to make the reservation about a month in advance because it does fill up. I think they only have 2 seatings a night. What about you, Siani? Are you going to do anything special when it comes to food this month?
Oh, well, I saw a really cool event coming from the James Beard Foundation. Now, we've talked about them a few times just with Philly's food scene, having such amazing chefs and restaurants who have either been nominated or won a James Beard Award. So the James Beard Foundation is coming to Philly with their Taste America event on March 25th, and this will give you a chance to see what the hype is all about with all these amazing chefs in the area. So you'll see folks from local restaurants like Rice and Sambal, Ambra, and Barbacoa. And be sure to bust out your best cocktail outfit because this will be at the Bellevue, and tickets range between $200 to $250. So this event definitely has a price tag to it, but if you're looking for a chance to really get to try the different restaurants in the city all in one place, this is the spot to do it.
That's cool. And that's like a fun way to check out like the James Beard Foundation's nominees all in one place.
Yeah, it's definitely less expensive than actually going to all of these restaurants, right?
Yeah, truly.
You just knock it all out in one go. What about you, Trenae?
We're all looking for what's the hottest new restaurant in Philly, right? So I want to take us down to Old City and check out the Avery. Now, this is a concept from chefs Montana Houston and Jameer Wimberly Cole. Presentation to me is everything, and their Instagram page is popping, okay? They've got a cocktail called Silken Shadow, and it comes in this glass dome with smoke coming out. And there's like lavender. There's like, I think, sugar on the side of the glass. Wow. That just gets me all the time. And they're also known for their decor. at this restaurant, and the playlist. They've got good R&B. Other great menu items, they've got oysters and deviled eggs and a lobster and noodle dish. And don't sleep on their Caesar salad either. I like to order, just a classic Caesar salad sometimes. So yes, I am really excited about going to the Avery Old City. Doesn't that cocktail sound good?
You had me at lavender.
Yeah, I'm literally looking it up now. Wow. I just also, you had me at the smoke. This is the second time I've brought up smoking in this episode. But I mean, I do like a smoky cocktail, and I am a sucker for when they put the smoke in it and make it pop out, even if it's a little gimmicky. I'm really into it.
Right. And I think also I've seen something on their Instagram where they roll out a cart and they do this presentation. So I need this in my life. But anyway, Abby, speaking of drinks, you're going to check out a drink event this month, right?
Oh yeah, I've got drinks on the brain. It's March, so that means the Philly Beer Fest is back. It's going to be happening this weekend, March 1st, at the 23rd Street Armory in Center City. So get your tickets ASAP if you want to go. It's going to be from 12 to 9 p.m. There's live music, there's food, and of course, there's beer. There's going to be tons of different brewers there, a lot of Philly names like Triple Bottom Brewing, Yards, Broad Street Brewing, and Wissahickon Brewing Co. This is a great chance to go try a bunch of different types of beers and learn about beers. If you're into beer or you just want to give it a try, I think this is a great place to do it. There's going to be 2 sessions you can pick from, one from 1 to 4 and the other from 6 to 9. The general admission tickets are $39 plus fees. And then there's also an option to get in an hour earlier before these sessions start, which is going to cost a little more. It's $55. And just some general rules. It's 21 plus, can't bring the kids, don't bring your pets, and do not pregame.
Is that a rule?
That is on their website. It is a rule. They said if you are visibly intoxicated, we will turn you away. So do not
You walk up to the entrance stumbling with a Solo cup in your hand, they're going to be like, nah. Why would you pregame a beer fest, though?
I think the only thing you should be pre-gaming is like protein and like food before you go drink a lot.
Water. Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that they put it on the website means they've had the experience of people pre-gaming the Philly Beer Fest.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's something.
Well, you don't need to. There's plenty of beer there. Also, you cannot buy both sessions. So you only get one session. So pick one session. That's how long you get to stay. Last call is 15 minutes before the end of your session. And if you get there at 3 and your session ends at 4, you can't stay. So make sure you're getting there on time to get the full effect of this. But it sounds fun. It sounds like there's going to be a DJ and you're going to be able to bop around and sip on little beers. So
it's just like really curated. That's what it sounds like. And keeping everyone safe, which is a great thing.
Yeah. Totally,
and the Armory is a great space for a thing like this. Very cool.
So much great beer in the city. All right. If we want to save some money because the egg prices keep rising, let's talk about some free activities this month. Siani, what are you doing?
Yeah, so recently I was actually talking to a friend about Marvel and DC and some of our issues that we have with both of those comics universes sometimes, but that is not all there is when it comes to comic books and comics in general. So at the end of March, on March 29th, the Moore College of Art and Design is actually hosting their second comics expo. The event will feature up-and-coming professional artists showcasing their work, and you have the opportunity to buy some as well. And Philly cartoonist Jamar Nicholas will be their guest of honor. So that'll be at the college, right by the Franklin Institute from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it's free and open to the public. So it's a great way to continue to support the arts in Philadelphia and just have an excuse to go out.
I love this. Does anyone know who Moon Girl is?
Yes. On Disney.
Yes. She is a middle school genius that fights crime in New York City. And me and my daughter, we've been like really into this series on Disney Plus. And I want to find more comics about her. So that's why I'm really interested in this.
Cool.
And it has such a fun art style to it. And it just shows like comics can be for everyone. There's just so much storytelling that gets done. So I really hope you enjoy it and find something to continue to expand that love of comics.
Yes. Okay, so once we're finished with the Comic Expo, take a walk down the Parkway and continue to Boathouse Row. When's the last time you guys been to Boathouse Row?
I drove past this weekend.
I was stuck in traffic across the river on 76. Does that count?
No. Boathouse Row is like low-key one of my favorite Philly institutions to look at, especially when you're on 76 and looking at the lights. But also, I did not know, but they give out group lessons at Boathouse Row, and you could get individual lessons for free.
Whoa, that's cool.
Now, you have to be a Philadelphia public school or charter school student. Philadelphia City Rowing, which is in the Lloyd Hall, offers these classes for middle school students and high school students. And so they meet down at the Schuylkill. If you're looking for individual or group lessons, some clubs offer yearly memberships and lessons that you can purchase. So one of the clubs, BLJ Community Rowing, which is actually the first Black-owned and operated rowing organization in the country, does offer these yearly memberships and lessons that you could take. But definitely go down and check out Boathouse Row. Also, the Philadelphia City Rowing Group, they offer 2 to 3 week long summer camps as well. And I know the city recently opened registration for summer camps, even though it's March. It's, a great time to start thinking about what you're going to do for the kids this summer. So yeah, check this out. I've got some trivia for y'all.
Oh boy.
Does anyone know how many boat houses are on the row?
Ooh.
I don't.
8.
Can I guess?
Yeah, guess.
8?
Okay.
You gonna steal my answer, Matt?
That was your answer?
I said 8.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Siani, Matt say 8. Abby, just give me a number.
I'm going to go more so that I can be above Siani and Matt. So I'm going to say 12.
12. No one is right. There are 15.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yes, 15 Victorian buildings that are each rowing clubs.
Are they all lit up?
Now, that's what it said on the website. I counted 11 when I was driving down 76. I mean, not that I was counting while I was driving. Well, they're inviting you, Matt. You specifically, Matt. They're inviting you down to the Boathouse Row. Take a class and get in the Schuylkill.
I'm not really a water person. Like, I'm not very good on water. And the idea that the possibility of falling into that water is a little bit uncomfortable.
So now Matt has to go to the flower show, gotta go to go rowing.
We're getting you in the Schuylkill.
I have a full March. I'm not going to be able to work, guys. I have a lot of activities to do.
March is also the celebration of St. Patrick's Day, right, Abby?
Yep, and that means that St. Patrick's Day parade is back. Guys, I didn't realize this. On their website, it says this parade has been going on since 1771.
Whoa.
That's crazy. So, I mean, Matt, you got to add this to the list too if you haven't done it before. But the St. Patrick's Day parade, they're holding it on March 17th. There's a ton of other St. Patrick's Day activities. I've been keeping my eye out on some bar crawls and maybe some other beer-related activities.
Yeah.
But if you want a family-friendly event for St. Patrick's Day, this is great. And it's happening on Sunday, the 16th, the day before, so it doesn't have to eat into your beer drinking time. It's going to start at 11 a.m. on 16th and JFK Boulevard, and then left onto the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. They also have a map, if you're more of a visual person like myself, on their website that shows you the whole route. There's always music, floats, and people dancing. And since you're going to be around Center City area, maybe try to hit an Irish pub afterwards. There's a lot to do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Philly.
That is amazing. It's been going on since 1771. And they say it's
crazy.
happened every year since 1771, which is
Yeah.
just remarkable to think about. What a incredible tradition.
Well, I think we all have green outfits because of
Yeah,
the
that's
Eagles
right.
parades and now St. Patrick's Day parade. So,
No doubt. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of Eagles gear in that crowd.
oh, for sure. All right, Matt, what are you doing that's free in March?
Well, we just did these 2 shows about biking in the city and some controversy over the new Get Out the Bike Lane law. So that got biking on my mind. And March is my month when I get back out there for long bike rides. So most of what I do is mountain biking in Fairmount Park in Wissahick by the Wissahickon Creek. But I just learned about Wednesday night rides where groups get together at different spots in the city and they do different rides every 2 weeks, totally free. The last ride that they did, they spelled out love in their route. So they went through South Philly and they traced the word love beginning with the E, and it then becomes visible on like apps like Strava. So if you follow the route and then look at your Strava thing afterwards, it'll literally say love. It's such a cool idea. They've done tours of Wawa. They did one ride where they hit 6 Wawas, which is pretty impressive, especially
So Philly.
You're so Philly. And then if you have I don't know how they handled it, if they, ate a shorty at each Wawa, that would be pretty intense to then bike after that. They did a tour of Black architects, designers, and artists. So different sites affiliated with Black architects, designers, and artists. And they, when they rode by these places, they rang their bells as a sort of a homage. Really like unique kind of stuff. And then they all get beers after the ride. So
sounds like a great community.
Right. They have an Instagram page, Wednesday Night Rides. Their next ride is March 5th. Got another one 2 weeks after that, March 19th. And what I most like about them is they are very careful about following all the rules of the road, being respectful of drivers. I love that there's a community of people doing this every couple of weeks. Wednesday Night Rides.
That's so great. Abby, Matt, Siani, thanks so much for all these recommendations.
It's going to be a great March in Philly, Trenae.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm already updating my Google Calendar.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode of What to Do in March in the city, tell a friend and make those reservations. Rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Friday News Roundup. Bye.
I think it's the Hoagie Room. Hoagie.
Hoagie.